Hello,
Hi, is this Lisa?
this is.
Hey, Lisa. Chapin Hemphill with Keyrenter Property Management.
Hello.
Hi. So did you get your flat tire all worked out?
I did. I know. It was crazy. I had a rock that got pinched inside my tire.
Uh,
It's crazy. I know. The guy at the American Tire's like, I've never seen this before. I'm like, well,
yeah,
that's good to know. I
yeah,
like
that's
to
what
bring
you
on
want to
new
hear,
cases.
right?
Yeah. Oh, well, yes. So I did get it all worked out. So thank you.
Good, good, good. Well, yeah. So let's just, I'll tell me a little bit about your property and your situation. I'll tell you what we do. We can kind of see if there's a match. I'll talk about some next steps, and we kind of just go from there. Pretty straightforward conversation.
Good, good.
It,
Yeah. So right now I'm just in a fact-finding mission, so to speak.
okay.
So my husband and I own a home in Willow Glen. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath, built in 2008. We've had it for sale now since May, and it's not moving. Everybody's complaining about the floor plan. So with that being said, we're thinking of possibly renting it. And in fact, my neighbor was like, you should totally rent. So that's what we're looking at. We're hoping, because we're going to be in Nevada, that we have some help in terms of property management, and finding a
Sure.
good tenant is really key.
It's very
We're
key.
planning to allow, like 2 dogs. So my neighbor was like, gosh, if you could allow pets, I'm sure you would be pretty popular rental. And we are in the Buxton School District. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Willow Glen, but that's a
I
pretty
am.
good elementary school.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in a
So
good spot
yeah,
there.
yeah, we are in a good spot. But the house is still for sale. I think we're listed with this realtor till July. So I don't know if we'll continue or how that's all going to pan out. But right now, we just wanted to get our ducks in a row before, we make a decision and sell at too low a price, so to speak, and lose something that we may regret in the future. So my mission, my fact-finding mission, is to get sort of your opinion on the rental market and
Sure.
what something like that may bring in, so to speak, for rent, and then what your business would do and the costs that are associated with it.
Okay. Perfect. So, first of all, I think, it's amazing that it doesn't seem like too long ago where 1.5 million would have been gone in 2 weeks, especially in Willow Glen in your area. But yeah, the market's changed a little bit. There's about 3 times as much product out there for sale at this time last year than last year. So it's a pretty substantial shift. The market's still overall pretty strong, but it's everyone got used to the frenzy, and the frenzy's gone. So it's pretty interesting. The rental market is really, really strong. For me, I can say I've had, especially my first quarter was just incredibly, incredibly strong. I was renting units at or above market in like a week or 2, which is very, very fast. And so
Okay.
it hasn't really, it's kind of normalized, and that means it's still strong. From March to about June, July is the peak of the rental market each year historically. It dips a little in August, September, and comes back for the month of October only, and then it kind of dies down until February again. So you are right at the tail end of that, and so I would say if you want to kind of put your timeline in place, whatever cutoff date you have with your realtor, you want to have a plan in place where you can immediately shift this to a rental, so we can get on the market and get it rented before September comes, right? And time flies. So
yeah.
that's my, we rent everything that we have. We've never not rented a unit. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, or there's something going on in a micro market, or in downtown San Jose is a good example of that. It's kind of a weird market and doesn't always rent fast, but we're still going to rent it. Versus Sunnyvale or Mountain View, I rent properties at $6 a square foot in a week. It's just incredible. So, that's what I can say. I know Willow Glen is an extremely strong rental market. Now, it depends on where you are. So if you're like on Meridian, it can be a little slower, it's kind of
Right.
higher
Yeah.
traffic, louder. But tucked in to the neighborhood that you're tucked into, and I'm looking at the pictures on Zillow, it's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, it's a pretty house. It would be fun for someone to rent. It's got a lot of fun little perks to it, so to speak. And most people are complaining about the floor plan. They don't like the steps. We have a step down into the living room and a step down into the master bedroom.
Okay.
So I don't know. I guess they don't mind stepping in or stepping out of the house, but once they're in the house, they don't want to step down. And like you said,
that would be like one or two
buyers.
steps, right?
Pardon me?
It's like one or two steps down. It's not like a stairwell.
No, it's not a stairwell. It's just literally a step down into the living room and a step down into the master bedroom. So, so that's where we're getting most of our feedback from people that just don't like the floor plan. So we've dropped our price again. I kind of see it as one last swing here this weekend. And then if again I'm still hearing the same feedback, it's like, okay. And I think my husband and I we're trying to make the wisest decision since we're not getting what we originally planned to get out of the house.
Right.
So, we're thinking, gosh, if we could, we have the ability to rent and hold on to the property, then it might be good for us in the long run because our mortgage is not crazy. So that's where we come out on the positive side because we've lived there for 10 years. And
right. So. Yeah, I mean, on the other side of what I was saying is what I always tell people is if you don't have to, in Silicon Valley, if you don't have to sell, don't. I mean, it's just going to appreciate over time. And when you finally do have to sell it, you're probably, you can wait 10 more years, it's going to be worth a lot more money. So if you can at least break even with your debt service on it and with the rent and just, kind of watch it appreciate, that's a blessing in this market. So it's a good option. And what can I rent it for? That's kind of step 2 with us. I do a deep dive into a rental market analysis, and I typically present that in a face-to-face meeting at the property. It's an opportunity for me to walk through it and see, and then kind of hone in on the number that the analytical number I've come up with. You always have to add that, like, what's special about this house value, and you could either make the rent go up a little bit more or not, or or whatever. But so that's kind of my process in figuring out a really, really solid rental amount, and then we could talk about a marketing strategy. We get to meet each other. You can. I personally feel that a face-to-face meeting is really important, and then we kind of take it from there.
So what are some of your costs associated with serving as a property manager?
We have 3 lanes of pricing, and you'll find this with any property manager. There's leasing, there's the ongoing management, and then there's maintenance. So for our leasing, we do charge a one-time leasing fee of $695 when we lease the property. We don't charge any fees until we collect money from the tenant. So you're never out of pocket, so to speak. And then on an annual basis, if we're renegotiating a lease and doing a new lease package, we charge $295 for that. We call that a renewal.
Cool.
Then ongoing, if your property the rental value is worth more than $6,000, we charge 6%, and then anything under $6,000, we charge 7%. In your case, I think you're going to be right there at 7%. I'm not sure this will. But we'll hone in on what the rent is. I'm sure you've heard some big numbers, but I'm not sure it's going to be up to 6,000.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm more in the 4,200 to 4,500 is probably what I'm thinking. Yeah, nothing extraordinary. It's just, we just kind of want to cover our main costs and make a little bit extra. So that's our goal.
Okay.
So all those unforeseen expenses that are going to crop up and get us.
Yeah. So that ongoing management of 7% covers everything within that scope of property management. Okay. And then the final thing is what we call project management or maintenance. We don't charge any markup fees for ongoing maintenance under $500. So if the garbage disposal breaks and we send a plumber for $120, to fix it or whatever, replace it. We don't charge. There's no markup. We just take care of it. It's part of our management fee. If we're going to get into projects that are over $500, first we get your written approval to move forward with the project, and then we charge a 10% project management fee of the invoice. So the best example of that is we're turning the unit. We're going to install new flooring. It's going to cost $3,000. You're saying, yeah, go ahead and have your vendor do it. Just make it happen. We'll charge a $300 fee on top of that for supervising it.
Cool. Now, how about when you're going into the marketing of the property? Is there any fees involved in that, or is that kind of in the leasing ballpark?
That's all covered by a leasing fee. And again, we are out of pocket until we lease it. So we don't put you in any harm's way in terms of, asking for money up front. We do the job and then we get paid. Okay,
cool. How long have you been in this business?
I've been in property management for about 20 years.
Wow.
Before I started this company, I was in kind of on a higher level, like the corporate multifamily apartment complex management world. So, our business partners were like Goldman Sachs and Ivanhoe Cambridge, which is the Goldman Sachs of Canada, and just big money, big deals, $600 million properties with 1,000 units and crazy stuff. It was fun and I learned a lot, but I eventually just felt like corporate wasn't for me, and I really wanted to start my own company with my own core values, and really just it was so important to me. And my son was born, and I wanted to, I wanted to do something where he asked me one day, "What do you do and why?" I would have a very good answer. I didn't before, now I do. And, I love it. I'm so glad I made that decision. It was scary to leave a cushy job, but, am I happier. It's great. So that's my story.
How many employees do you have?
I have, we're at 9 now? About 9, yeah. And we've got 125 units. We have, we're very high standard kind of a group. We believe in personal touch. I mean, we leverage technology, I think very well, but we also know that this is a business where it requires, talking and meeting with people and a personal touch. So while some people are going towards tech only management, we just still believe like this is a people business. At least I do. And
you're renting to a human.
Right.
I agree with that.
We also have humans as clients, and they want,
they want personal things. I was just going to say, of those 125, how many do you have in Willow Glen?
I do have a few in Willow Glen. I don't know exactly how many, but I would say, 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, it sounds good. Like I said, right now, we're still for sale. So we're trying to figure this all out. But I think I'm going to talk to my husband, and I like the way you sound on the phone. So that's a good thing.
Good. Well,
and then I think you sent me a really nice little kind of online brochure about your company that I can get in and look, and for like how I think it just had a bunch of information, like how you guys market, I guess, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We cast a wide net. I'm really, really proud of our screening process, and I'm sure you would feel the same way. The tenant is the key. Finding a good tenant is the key to a high-performing property. It's so important to us, and I'll go through that, but it's kind of an intense process if you're the applicant, but we've got, again, there's that standard. We're not about renting this to anyone as quickly as possible. We want to rent it to the right person, and get the best value out of it. So
I agree. Well, my neighbor is a renter, and she's been there, I think, 8 or 9 years. And so it's just been, it's worked out really well. They're great neighbors. And so I was like, it just, that's kind of where my husband and I were like, oh, this might work. It's just a problem of we're I don't want to be too far away, long distance, so to speak, and it's just something we want to handle for 2 mortgages and all that good stuff. So,
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now. But again, we've lowered our price like $80,000, and it's just like, okay, we went in this to not do that. So my daughter keeps telling us we're idiots. So we're just trying to. She's 21, so she can tell us that. And
mine's
part of it,
5,
she's
and he
not
tells
wrong.
me that.
Yeah, he's not 100% wrong. So, but because our initial plan's not working out the way we had thought it was going to work out. So, okay,
Right.
well, and it's Chapin, right? Is that how you say your name?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, cool, Chapin. Well, thank you for your time, and I'll text my husband. I've got your email in front of me, so I can pull up some information and see brochures and stuff. And then hopefully I can get back to you and have you come on over to the house and take a look and tell me what you think.
Do you want to set up a time now for a visit?
Because we're still for sale. I guess we could. But let me talk to my husband and see what the week looks like. I'm going to be leaving on a trip for Italy next Friday. So, within the next week, maybe. I don't know right now off the top of my head, but I can give you a call back and say, hey, this is a good time, and see what works with your schedule rather than setting something up right away. Yeah, but I like all the info you gave me, so this is good. And we'll go from there. I appreciate your phone call.
No problem. I'll check in with you early next week just to nudge you, and
maybe by Tuesday give me a nudge, and we'll see I'll have a really good idea of what's going on by then. So
okay.
All right. Good. Well, thank you.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye now.